Welcome to episode 12, I believe. We've kind of been MIA. Is Lena another host in the Dear Lacrosse pod? We don't know yet. Highly called for, in the comments. So we brought her. Yeah, it's been a while. Because everyone in lacrosse season, everyone knows, lacrosse season is just nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And, if you're involved with teams, I do a couple colleges and my privates and whatever, but it's go. You
don't have time to just do anything that isn't planned out for you or regimented into your schedule already.
Do you, miss being a student athlete?
No. Hard now.
Easy, dude. Hard no.
Although I keep getting entertained by the fact that I still have a 5th year and people keep asking me if I would use it. And I'm like, no. How long has it been since I've had to listen to somebody else and, be with, now I'm going back to 18, 19-year-olds that I'm going to be 26 playing with them. So that's a little scary.
That happens, though.
I mean, I feel no type of way about it. I would love to go out there and knock around some
ball.
little kids, score some goals.
That's how I felt, man. I was like, oh, let's be a woman in some kid world.
Pros and cons. Pros and cons. I feel like I'm so still thinking about what the 4 years were like, that I didn't enjoy them enough, and I'm like, I could go back and enjoy them the way I wanted to, but at the same time I just know that it's all a little the same.
I think that's a really good dive deep topic. How many people truly have great college experiences at the top collegiate level, and we can break it down in division, D1 to D3, and then we can throw in NAIA at the level of play for the team, because I do think there's a huge drop-off in the NAIA.
See, that's my problem with that, too, because I couldn't afford to go somewhere where, I could be on a big-name school, so, I did what was the best for me. First of all, I still won. Never thought I would do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they ran it like I was a frickin' D1 program. It was ridiculous. And I'm so glad they did for the year that, we won, because, we outworked everyone. There was no way. So, there's that.
Was that enjoyable, though?
The only reason it's enjoyable is because 26 other girls are suffering with you. That is the only thing I'm going to say on that. Because not all of it was so bad, but...
trauma bonding takes place, for sure.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
I think I've had trauma bonding every team I've been on. Because, same thing. I've been on multiple college teams. So it's, not I really had, a class to grow up with. You know what I mean? I'm always, the black sheep, the stepchild, the adopted child into, the group. And, how it works out is how it works out. I will say we all had the respect of bonding.
Yeah. Because whoever's on your team for that year, whether you have a transfer or it's the new freshman class, it's
still your teammate.
It's still your teammate, and it's also they're going through the same thing that you are at this moment, even though you have 2 years or 3 years under your belt. They're still seeing it now. They're damn, this shit sucks. Fuck, what did I do to myself? I have 3 more years of this, and you're hold on, young padawag.
It doesn't actually get better,
but there's ways to
manage
better.
it.
I will say a lot of the times that I were had so much fun, there was maybe not a punishment, but something that you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back type of thing. You're oh, I just clipped myself. I'm done. There's no way I'm gonna get back from this. Going out before a practice or a game, which some people aren't allowed to do, some people are. I wasn't allowed to.
I was, no, there was a dry rule, no way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can go out and still not do anything, but
it's not.
It's the fact of you now have to be up in 2 hours and maybe drive 12 hours on a bus with 36 people that won't shut up.
Not smart.
And you can't go to the bathroom. So there's so many things that if you don't plan out your day, which it's already regimented, so it's fine. But most of the time that I had fun was doing not okay things that maybe wouldn't be great in the eyes of your captains.
I don't think I've ever really had that problem. I think I have a complete different experience. One,
that's an NAI, I think.
That is, I was just about, I wasn't going to say it. You said it. I was like, that sounds super NAIA-esque because, like, at D1 level, like, it's only hurting me showing up to practice with 2 hours of sleep, regardless if I broke rules or not. Yeah. Like, I'm, like, shit, and I have a starting spot, and I'm getting paid to be here. I'm like, and even if I am breaking the rules, which I would want, it's still not necessarily, like,
the best thing for you.
Yeah, the most efficient thing. Like, screw the team rules. Like, for me personally, I wouldn't be able to, like, keep the job that I have if I showed up to work like that all the time. Like, you know, like...
Oh, it could never be all the time. Do you see what, like, it doesn't matter where you are. You have such a packed schedule being a full-time student and an athlete on top of it.
I did it once freshman year, but it wasn't, like, any, like, practice or anything. We had some motivational speaker come in. And who knew this dude was, like, the king of burpees, so we had to, like...
Burpees?
So, night before, wine night. You know, just wine night, whatever. Like, little me, freshman, ha ha ha.
Having fun with your roommates.
Having fun with my roommates, my teammates, ha ha ha. And we're like, okay, we just have, like, this motivational talk the next day. Like, it's fine. Lo and behold, the guy that comes in is some, like, militant, like, acrobat, freaking boxing. Something.
In your brain, it's like someone coming to read their book.
To read the book or something like that. And he's like, yeah, we're going to have, like... We're going to do some boxing today, and, like, it's going to be, like, burpee-based, and, like, somersaults, and I'm, like...
Bad assumption.
Like,
what did I do?
Like, this is not even practice or nothing. Like, I learned my lesson from an extracurricular activity.
Didn't it feel slightly better that you knew some of your teammates were, like, feeling the same way?
No, definitely a bonding experience, only because it was, like, an oops, or, like, it was, like, more of, like...
It's a genuine mistake.
Oh, we screwed up. Like, we were not, like... Wow.
We didn't do our research.
Yeah, we didn't do our research on this guy, basically. We didn't cite our sources.
That's a freshman mistake.
Super freshman. And we're like, oh, shit. So I'm just, like, somersaulting, and I'm like, ooh, that wasn't really that fun. And I will say, attitude reflects leadership. I've been saying that through all of my college clients and my college coaches, just how your team reacts and acts and views winning is the reflection of the leadership.
Yeah.
So, like, our leadership, like, we were looking to win. We wanted to break history. We wanted to do all this. Not saying it's not possible to do that and break rules, but, like, it was a team consensus.
Most of the team is not doing that.
Most of the team is not doing that, and the captains and or coaches are all that extended length of goal setting. Like, everyone, like, these are our goals, and if you're not in line, it's pretty simple. Like, you're hurting the team. So, like, I get it, but also at the same time, I don't think certain winning cultures just even have that conversation.
No.
You know what I mean?
I feel like most of the bonding, like, it's never going to happen on the field. Like, if you don't connect with your teammates, you're not going to, like...
Completely agree.
Yeah. Like, I think the year that really clicked for me was probably, like, when I had to sit in a circle and, like, every single one of my teammates had to tell this, like... something that shaped them into who they were, essentially. And when I tell you, like, majority of the people were listening to someone story and crying, or the person themselves was crying.
Yeah.
Like, at the end...
Bond. Sisterhood.
And it wasn't forced. That's another thing. Because if you force people to do it, it's not going to happen, like, organically. And I think that is just, like, a generic, like, yeah, you can be in the same room, but, like, you have to put them in a situation where they want to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes I trust my teammate more than a friend. Because teammate has just, like, like, it doesn't really matter if I like you or not. It's just, like, this is the team goal, and I have to treat you as such, like, for the greater good. Friendship is ebbs and flows, gives and takes, more mutualistic, where, like, teammate is just standard. I don't think all teammates are friends and all friends are teammates, but, like, you can have one in both or none.
Yeah.
Like, you know. But that is where I'm like, okay, as a teammate, this is my job. But as
at least
your
these
friend,
are the bare minimums of being a
teammate. Bare minimums. Like, you can call me at 3 a.m. to pick you up.
Exactly.
If my friend calls me at 3 a.m. to pick him up, I'll buy him an Uber or something.
Depending on, I mean...
Go find somebody else.
It has to be, like, you know, for anyone, I mean, like, friend or teammate, like, if you are in a dire need, like,
I'll be there.
I'll be there, but if you're just, like, got yourself in that place and you're like, oh, I'm, like
teammate-wise, you gotta go. You're just, like, you gotta go.
I'm
like,
so grateful for the people that picked me up when I was a freshman.
You gotta
because
go.
I did not feel like I was, like, was able to ask them because they're 3 years older than me.
No, but teammate code.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in.
And they were like, no, like, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Just, like, wait there. We'll be, like, you're fine.
Because everyone has to be safe.
And then in the car ride back, I had so much fun with them. And I was like, oh, my God, I feel so much closer to them. Like,
Safe.
I feel like I can trust them.
La la la.
They were my captains.
Hello. You definitely need a going out captain to not rag on to this, like the types of captains.
Yes.
You need a field captain.
How many captains do you think?
I think 3 is appropriate.
Okay.
Because it keeps it an odd number. I don't think you need 5 because there's leadership council usually.
I've had 4. I've had 2. I've had 3.
4 makes it an even number. That's like terrible for democracy. Like, like that doesn't help.
No, 3 is like
3 I think is a perfect number. I think you need a field captain, person who leads by example on the field at practice, like shows up and does what they do and say.
Yep.
And then you need like a going out captain that keeps everyone safe from freaking team things and doesn't get their teammates snitched on
and
or
they're
in trouble.
honestly like the voice of reason because the 2 other people are like, we have to go to coach. We gotta tell her.
Coach.
It's like, let's not jump the gun. Like,
correct.
The reason the captain's there is so that you don't have to go to coach.
Right.
You think your coach wants to hear about this?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh my God.
And then the 3rd captain obviously needs to be like the goody two shoes, approachable.
Like,
guys, do no harm. And like you gotta find someone to approach.
The one
that's the one you go to.
The one that's like hyping you up in your running lines, but she's so nice about it. And
you having a bad day? You need to talk to somebody?
You're gonna go to her.
Go to the good cop. So I think 3 is like a perfect combo to have a great storm of like a great powerful hierarchy of team dynamic. And then if there's class problems,
ungodly trio.
That is what leadership council is. Like you should have more voices and more like government.
Yeah.
Have government within your team. Just wanted to let you know we do have a new sponsor, Hillside Dental, out in Las Vegas, Nevada. They hook me and the homies up. I'm doing the teeth whitening thing soon, and I'll show you the results, but wanted to give a shout out. That's why their logo is literally in our podcast. Like our podcast is brought to you by like dental, and
everyone's got teeth.
Everyone's got teeth, and I'm a big supporter of like dental hygiene. Like go to the dentist. Support this podcast per usual. Please buy some gear, Dear Lacrosse gear, AMV gear. We got some cool other gear drops that we are ready to like announce, even though I don't really push gear like that, but it's really great to have be there. And obviously buy some art, aka abstracts. All those sales go right back to me if it's from the Dear Lacrosse pod. So thank you. UVA and Maryland played each other.
Well, there's that, and then there's the UNC BC game that I wasn't able to watch.
And UNC won her, I think, right?
Yep.
Here's the thing about UNC. They're on their train. I support the train. Well, I don't really support the train, but like I see the train and I respect the train and I like understand the train. Does that make sense? I think it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times because they got a verse.
But I thought BC had the upper hand. To be honest with you, like, and I didn't even watch the game. Like going into the game, I was like, "Oh, BC's like, I would take BC over that." But in the back of my head, I was like, "I really want UNC to like."
But I'm kind of happy on like the anti-UNC train. I'm happy they won now.
Yeah.
Because then they have to see them again inside Lacrosse or USA Lacrosse. Because then they have to see them again in conference. And then if they both get bids, then they probably or maybe have to see each other again.
Yeah.
For the tournament. So, personally, you got to beat them where it counts. And this is just for seeding. I'm interested to see the actual game when, like, hardware is on the line.
Yeah.
Because UNC's
at least the conference one just to start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when hardware is on the line, I want to see that game. UVA, Maryland. Both in my, like, I favored both those teams. I favored Maryland more.
Won?
UVA and Maryland.
No, who won?
UVA.
Okay.
But UVA is bouncing back from some hard, like, overtime losses. And, like I said, I don't ever count UVA out with Sonia LaMonica and her coaching staff because they are hungry. Mm-hmm. Now, Maryland, I'm I'm hoping they're getting their shit together when it counts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like the when it counts part, and like their experience of being championship mindset team in the past hopefully like kicks in. I don't think they have a terrible season, but I don't.
It's not something that's standing out to me.
It's not Final Four right now.
Yeah.
You know, but UVA.
I have high hopes for Maryland.
I do. I still have wishful thinking with them.
Yeah.
No, Syracuse, no wishful thinking. And then Penn State and Michigan game. Mm-hmm. I turned it on.
Didn't watch that one.
Yeah, okay. So I turned it on for like 2 minutes, right? And I was like, okay, set it in the past. Let me see the Michigan real quick and give them a chance. Give them a chance. Mind you, I've already paid for Big Ten Network. This is the second time I've used it.
You can let me use it if you want.
I could. So I turned it on.
Because I only have ACC. That's it. And I watch maybe one game a week.
Yeah, it's a rough time. That's a whole different conversation of just nonsense. But I turned this game on. And it's like 5 minutes in. And like I think Penn State's like up or something. And then I watch it for about like 2 or 3 more minutes. And then it goes to commercial break. And then I turned on women's basketball.
Yeah.
And then I go back on Instagram and I see Penn State won and I'm just like, did I just catch a bad time or was I just
Or was I just right?
Or was I just right?
No shade, but it's not enjoyable to watch.
I feel like a lot of things you guys heard here first.
Yes. I missed the Clemson-Stanford game. I'm on the Stanford train. I need to just say
Stanford's killing it right now.
Yeah.
The Ivy League situation is interesting.
Yeah.
Delayed lax news. Mid-season rankings.
UNC, BC, Northwestern. Those are your top 3.
UNC, hold on, let's dissect these. UNC, BC, Northwestern. In that order?
Yes, in that order.
UNC, BC, Northwestern. I think right now that's fair.
Florida's 4.
Florida's 4. You heard it here first. Boom, boom, boom.
Bring home another
Gators! Yo,
Bring home another one.
Tom, dude.
Bring home another one, please.
You know, my parents met on a blind date at UF. Yeah.
Aww.
I know, right? So, like, at my heart, I've always wanted to play for UF. But during my recruiting process...
It's so hard for Florida people to play for Florida schools. Can we talk about that?
I don't really want to shade on Larry right now.
No.
Because she's killing it. She's killing it right now.
Not in a bad way. I'm just saying that was probably my dream, like, at some point. Like, first of all, I love UF, but
I wanted to get so far out of the state.
Me too, but when I was growing up, I was like, God, wouldn't it be sick to play lacrosse at UF? Like,
no, because I'd have a Razorback tan for like fucking 4 years of my life, and I don't need that. I don't need a Razorback tan line.
I had a Razorback tan line anyways.
That's gnar, dude.
I had one anyways. I was just a beach kid. Like I would go to the beach right after, go get it fixed.
That's fair. Okay, next 3.
Johns Hopkins, Syracuse, Stanford.
Wait, UF Johns Hopkins?
UF, Johns Hopkins, Syracuse, Stanford.
UF, Johns Hopkins, Syracuse, Stanford. I think Stanford should still be above Syracuse.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm cool with
I've
that.
been hearing a lot of great things about Johns Hopkins. I just can't watch a game, so.
I like what he's trying to build, right? McCormick's there, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure McCormick's there.
Yeah.
Totally scratched this whole part out.
I don't know who the head coach is.
I think it's McCormick. It's ASU's old coach. And I think he's right where he belongs. I think the ebbs and flows, he's rebuilding. Like, he's in competition. He's winning games he's supposed to, and he's keeping up with games that he should be keeping up with. Mm-hmm. Way better than Stony Brook.
They're not in the top.
Where are they?
Let me find
Do
them.
they even exist?
Let me find where they
Spalina,
are.
where are you at? Did he have like a 5-year contract? No,
she's
her
not
dad.
in the top 20.
Her dad, Spalina, Joe Spalina.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought you said her.
No, I'm sorry, that was my bad.
Not the daughter. But yeah,
he doesn't coach at Stony Brook anymore, though.
Yeah, he does.
Are you sure?
He's on like a 5-year contract, but he just signed with the Redwoods.
That's what it was.
Right?
Okay,
Is it Redwoods or I don't freaking know. One of the PLL teams.
Are you sure?
Almost positive.
No, not the Redwood stuff. I'm like, didn't we say that he...
No, we feel like he's going off the little bandwagon because there's no excuse why Stony Brook can't be a competitive program. But their RPI is so damn weak. So, like, how could you be top 10 if, like, these top 10 teams you're not playing?
Yeah, but they're losing to, like...
And they're losing to, like, like, you know? So that's my take on Stony Brook. I, like, really liked what he did in, like, the Allie Kennedy O'Miller era.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, where the, like... And he was, like, Team USA coach, so, like, I don't know where like,
the drop-off is.
where the drop-off is. Like, you should have, like, a ton of recruits wanting to be, like, underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some transfer stuff going around. So, there you go. You top 20.
7 through 10 is Stanford, Virginia, Maryland, Princeton.
Dude, the nerds are
Oh, just
their
wait.
way up.
Princeton, Yale, JMU, Duke, Loyola, Clemson.
What'd I say about JMU? What'd I say? They're always rocking in the teams. Did I not? Were you there with me? Always rocking in the teams.
I've always been a big fan of them. When I remember the first time that I watched them win a national championship, I was at the airport, and they had college lacrosse on, and I thought it was already so cool that they even just had it at the airport, and then I sat and watched it, and they won. It was sick, and I've always been on the train since.
JMU to me is just such like the scrappy team, like the unconventional scrap. Whatever they're doing is working for them. They're just keeping it in the center stage in the teen rankings per usual. Sometimes they have really big wins. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw in the NCAA tournament. But, like, they are a team you can't necessarily figure out or count out. Yeah, like, it's hard to know what JMU could potentially throw at you. So it's just a wild, like, there's such a wild card trap game.
It would be
team.
hard to scout them, I feel.
So hard. Well, I've played them at Towson, and there are rivalries in the CAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I play them at Tech, and there was, like, the Virginia, like, Battle of the Virginia rivalry.
Yeah.
And then it's like, they've always been a conversation in my career, and they've always gotten me on the worst time.
Like, you know, they've always been a freaking problem.
I think we went through our mid-season recap. I'm not, like, upset with these rankings. I'm interested to see what happens when you need to win when it counts.
I just want to look up what games are going to be on so I can, like,
make predictions. Good job, Lena. Maybe we do hire her for the podcast. But
there's actually a game on right now.
what is it?
Delaware Campbell. I'm taking Delaware.
Same.
Stony Brook and Elon. That's
Toss up.
yeah. And honestly, the other games are. It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Kennesaw State and Liberty.
Liberty.
Kennesaw is 5-9. Liberty's 9-5. So
Liberty.
yeah. East Carolina and Vanderbilt.
East Carolina.
I'm gonna take Vanderbilt.
Okay. Split skis on that.
Just because I'm looking at, like, East Carolina's 4-8 and they're 6-7.
Okay.
So they have, you know, a little more.
I just don't know if Carolina's RPI is a little harder than.
Have you watched any USF games this year?
Just highlight reels.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I don't have an opinion on them yet, so I don't want to like throw anything that way.
BC, Virginia.
BC, Virginia. I think BC's gonna take it, but I think it'll be a good game though.
Yes, I'm gonna take that. Virginia Tech, Syracuse.
Syracuse is gonna slap Tech. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. As like the I don't know what's happening, but here we are.
I would take that. Harvard, Cornell.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Harvard's in top.
I need to start watching more of the Ivy League stuff.
The nerds are making a come up. You know, I told you it's always annoying when the nerds beat you, because really like sports are secondary to them. Does that make sense?
They're still better than you.
And they're still better than you. Imagine spending your whole life getting reps, trying to hit your starting spot, like ACC freaking whatever, and then you get beat by a bunch of nerds that like chose studying over training.
Yeah.
Crazy. That'd piss me off.
Yale, Penn.
Yale, Penn. I'm gonna throw Yale. Yeah. Nerds against nerds.
Oh, I have a friend that just transferred here from Kaiser. Central Connecticut, Wagner.
Neither. I don't even know. Like, I'm not watching that game. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to on Dartmouth.
Brown.
Yeah. UF, Colorado, UF.
UF. Gonna slap them.
Army Navy.
Okay, big game, always a toss-up.
That's just, I love watching like the big rivalry games. That's like UM and Ohio State in any sport. So
It's like, which bandwagon am I on this year? Who do I like better now?
Navy. I'm gonna say Navy.
Is that it? Should we wrap up?
Yeah, let me go to Sunday and then that's it.
Okay.
UNC Cal. UNC. Johns Hopkins versus Michigan.
Maybe I turn that on. Maybe I use my Big Ten subscription and finally, like, log into this shit and watch that game. Maybe.
Are you what?
Michigan and Johns Hopkins?
I'm taking Johns Hopkins.
Absolutely.
But don't act like we're watching it
for Michigan. We're not watching it for Michigan.
That's what I mean.
This is like your get out of jail free card for me to watch you play. And, like, hopefully you beat the team I'm betting against you.
Ohio State, Maryland. They're both like pretty.
Ohio State, Maryland. Ugh, that's a toss. I hate that that's a toss up. Like that game's even like in conversation of toss up, which makes me a little bit disappointed of Maryland's performance because they should
I'm taking Ohio State.
Yikes! I'm still ride or die Maryland right now. We're going there.
But I think that they've had a really good season, so like they need like for them it would be like your hype up in your circle is like we're gonna kill them, like we're gonna go out there and like show them that Ohio State's back on top.
So if you're betting money,
which I shouldn't do and I'm not going to, but if I was,
you would put it on Ohio.
I would.
Okay.
I wouldn't put much on it,
but still you would like willing to bet money that because you're driving off the emotion. Okay.
Yeah, but I would rather bet more for like
not stat.
No, look at the stats. Hold on. 8.594.
RPI plays a hand. Maryland gets thrown to the wolves.
Yeah. And then Northwestern Oregon, so that's not even worth
Slap
watching.
again, not worth watching again. See, I don't know why I buy all these subscriptions.
But they're all on different things. That one's
it's like 3 different.
So I can't watch any of these except for like.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like
that's it.
We're wrapping up.
That's from Friday to Sunday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Dear Lacrosse Pod. This is episode 12 and summer is coming. Well, if you haven't already, subscribe. Not that it helps, but it helps. And we'll see you when we see you. Peace.